talk about a technology fail. Drivers who thought they're going to beat traffic ended up getting more than they bargained for near DIA. Good evening, I'm Shannon Ogden.
And I'm Ann Trujillo. Many of the drivers tell Denver 7 they were trying to get to the airport. They were avoiding an accident, so they followed their GPS on a detour. But as Megan Lopez shows us, that detour turned into disaster.
So this is that detour route that Connie and others were put on, and it looked pretty promising at the beginning. You can actually see DIA in the distance, so they were definitely heading the right direction. But then they hit this patch of road where the pavement literally ends, the dirt begins, and that's where the problem started. Out here on 64th Avenue in Aurora, there's more birds and bullet holes than people on a road that is certainly less traveled. Until Sunday.
Take exit 286 onto Tower Road.
A car crash on Pena Boulevard caused some GPS apps like Google Maps to detour drivers onto 64th. Connie Monsees was one of them.
Because it was supposed to be half the time.
And her husband was already waiting at the airport. But then the route got weird.
And it spit us out onto a dirt road.
But Connie and about 100 other cars kept going.
My thought was, well, all these other cars are in front of me, so it must be okay. So I just continued.
However, with the wet weather over the weekend, that road got muddy and slick.
And that's when I thought, oh, this was a bad decision.
Between the mud and two deep ditches, cars started getting stuck.
Why did Google send us out there to begin with? It just didn't make any sense. There was no turning back once you were there.
Connie, by the way, is related to our traffic expert, Jason Luber.
No, look, my wife gets stuck in traffic jams too.
He says this reliance on technology to get around town can cause headaches.
It's a failure of people not knowing how to read a map. People relying and blindly following their technology.
But at the end of the day,
you're driving. Google Maps isn't driving. Google Maps isn't perfect. You need to know where you're going.
Out along 64th today, we did spot a road closed sign lying on its side. But this road doesn't belong to either Denver or Aurora. It's a private road, and we're still trying to figure out whether it's open to the public. As for Connie,
I tore up the inside passenger well for my tire.
Her car made it out better than most.
Oh, you can tell I bottomed out on the back end, collected a lot of dirt and grass.
But from now on, she's going to leave this road back to the birds and bullet holes.
Yes, I should have stayed on Pena.
Megan Lopez, Denver 7.
Wait, that's a tough lesson.